What is up, guys? Here's your daily crypto growth dose. The market has been bleeding badly, folks. Look at this. Over $1.3 trillion wiped out from the US stock market today. The gold is one of the only assets that is doing good. Stock market crash, Bitcoin crash, crypto crash at this moment. Despite Michael Saylor adding $2.13 billion in Bitcoin, according to Mr. Crypto Whale over here. Look at this, one of his biggest purchases to date, and yet Bitcoin drops again. So basically, the macros do not look good. We're going to be looking at that in a moment as well. People saying that a worse crisis than the 2008 financial crisis might be on the horizon. This is what happens when market bleeds, folks. So yeah, look at this. This is OX Nobler, folks, the crypto Nobler. Big crash coming. The Fed just released new macro data, and it is a lot worse than anyone was expecting. We're approaching a global market collapse, and most people have no idea it is even happening. Folks, I'd like to add one point over here. Whenever the markets bleed, the stock market bleeds, or the macros are uncertain, turbulent geopolitical scenarios, skepticism is in the air, folks. So this is that time of the market. Everyone is extremely fearful. Everyone is extremely bearish when it comes to crypto. So look at this. The Fed is already scrambling. Their balance sheet expanded by about $105 billion. The standing repo facility added $74.6 billion. Mortgage-backed securities surged $43.1 billion. So the overall, if we zoom out, US national debt is at all-time highs, not just on paper, structurally, over $34 trillion and climbing faster than GDP. So from here, we understand that the grander economic perspectives aren't looking as good, and it will have its impact upon different markets and crypto as well. Look at this. Crypto is red yet again as the 10-year yield just spiked to levels we haven't seen since September. We saw this happen with Trump's April tariff threats. The bond spike reflects uncertainty while Trump plays his game. Folks, this is for certain. The overall economic conditions are looking really turbulent. The overall economic scenarios, unpredictability in the air, and whenever that happens, folks, people tend to rebound back to gold and the commodities. Bitcoin just dumped $1,576 in a 1 minute candle, folks, and liquidated $300 million in longs. Insane level of wealth destruction. Folks, look at this. In the grander scheme of things, although Bitcoin has done really, really well, but obviously when short term, if someone has bought around these levels, folks, this is not a good sight for them at least. So this is what is happening. Look at this. Is $1,576 a lot? Not for the crypto folks, but for the general public folks, I think that it is, but not for the crypto folks, as you all know. According to Coin Bureau, Bloomberg reports basically, Trump's family made $1.4 billion in crypto, now 20% of their $6.8 billion net worth. So much, folks, so much which they have made. So yeah. I do not know how relevant this is or how credible this is, but this is from Coin Bureau and Bloomberg reports. So yeah. Michael Saylor, folks, he always says that dump your gold, sell all the US gold, and buy Bitcoin. Then the trade is free. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion. Folks, Michael Saylor, despite the market being bearish or bullish, always backs Bitcoin, and apparently he had bought a lot of Bitcoin as well, but the market in the short term has dumped. I saw some reports that why has this happened. They said that it is not because of the spots, it is because of the macro and as well as leverage trading, folks. So leverage has also has its toll on this. So let's see what Michael says. Always bullish on Bitcoin, by the way, and crypto.
So the very simple idea is buy 20 or 25% of the Bitcoin network, on behalf of the U.S. government catalyze the development of that world reserve capital network and then let all the Chinese and the Russians and the foreigners sell all their other assets and buy Bitcoin, and then the money flows into the United States. If you want to put a great twist on it, dump your gold, sell all the U.S. gold, buy Bitcoin, then the trade is free because you could buy 5 million Bitcoin for the cost of the gold. You will demonetize the entire gold asset class, and our enemies hold gold in their banks, so their assets would go to zero. Our assets would go to $100 trillion, and we would control the world's reserve capital network as well as the world's reserve currency network.
As usual, you're painting.
Yeah, folks. Look at this. As far as the Davos is concerned, breaking at Davos, Swift confirms it is building a blockchain-based ledger to power a tokenized financial ecosystem. Folks, at the World Economic Forum, blockchain, the digital assets are a talking point, as well as especially tokenization, real-world assets. So you know how it goes. Strategy bought $2.13 billion of Bitcoin. Spot ETFs bought $1.55 billion, 30K BTC left exchanges, yet Bitcoin is still dumping hard. Folks, despite the fundamentals, BlackRock buying, the fundamentals are stronger than ever, but in the short term, folks, you know what is happening. So what is going on? Here's the truth. It is not long-term holders, it is not institutions, it is leverage traders getting wiped out, basically. So according to this post, in the last 24 hours alone, $1.07 billion in leverage positions got liquidated. This is how it plays out. When price dips, leverage breaks, forced selling kicks in. So this is one explanation of what is happening. Meanwhile, folks, look at this. Netherlands to tax unrealized Bitcoin gains. Netherlands is moving toward taxing unrealized capital gains on Bitcoin, stocks, bonds, and other assets after Parliament voted to overhaul annual income tax filings. This is Weimar. White House is buying BTC. BlackRock is buying BTC. Strategy is buying BTC. Michael Saylor's company, I think, yeah. Whales are buying BTC. However, Bitcoin is dumping. What is going on? Folks, this is overall the economy, the turbulent times, stock market also falling. In my opinion, this has much more to do than just leverage trading. In my opinion, this has more to do with the overall economic scenarios and as to what is happening. Because look at this, according to Encash official, the uncertainty of what the next impulsive move Trump will make. People are locking in on gold and silver to hedge against another trade war, invasion, etc. So this is it. This is my opinion as well, because we never know what impulsive move is happening in the broader geopolitical landscape. This is why people are reverting back to gold and silver, which they deem as safe assets. Crypto isn't being bought because of how sensitive this market is to liquidity changes. Exactly. Until we see a shift in tariff policy and uncertainty concerns being alleviated, crypto will most likely chop, folks. So this is it. This is my opinion as well. Now, this is Vitalik. Vitalik argues crypto social failed by chasing price bubbles, not better communication, and says decentralized social is the rest, folks. Okay. Meanwhile, Peter Schiff says a US financial crisis worse than 2008 is coming this year. Who knows, folks? At this, we could have had a better start, obviously, but things are looking gloomy at least at this point. But we'll recover because if we look at the long term scenario, BTC has been here, crypto has been here. Hopefully, we recover soon. It might take months, weeks, or whatever timeline, but recovery will eventually come. Look at this, folks. BlackRock sells $56 million worth of Bitcoin. So short term, in my opinion, and it will have a significant. Okay, so this is fake news. This is why I always check the comments, folks, to re-verify what is being read. Fake news. BlackRock is not dumping. $56.9 million is a rounding error for IBIT, which holds over $45 billion in BTC. These small outflows are usually just routine ETF rebalancing or minor redemptions, not a strategic exit. So thank you, Brain, basically. Thank you, Brain, for verifying this. This is why I check out comments to give you proper news, folks, whatever it is. Hong Kong to issue first stablecoin licenses in Q1, according to Coin Bureau over here. Hong Kong's financial chief says the city will grant its first official stablecoin licenses in Q1 2026. Folks, Hong Kong is a really interesting case study because China's regulations, what China is doing, Hong Kong usually does the opposite: democratization, free rules, freedom, and China is this. This is why China also is a bit insecure about Hong Kong and what it is doing. But in my opinion, Hong Kong is trying its level best to come up with good digital asset solutions. Meanwhile, like I told you guys, folks, gold just hit a new all-time high, folks. For the first time in history, in the last 2 years, gold has added $19 trillion to its market cap. That is 10x of Bitcoin's total market cap, folks. This is why I told you guys that people revert back to gold. But Tom Lee says that Bitcoin is more valuable than gold and will reach $1 million to $3 million long term. More valuable than gold, maybe potential wise, but at this point, it is obvious, folks. We should uh, at least be truthful to ourselves. Altcoin Daily says that to those celebrating $100K Bitcoin, you are going to be celebrating much higher, folks. Meanwhile, look at this. They said XRP is now useless because of RLUSD. Former Ripple CTO David Short says RLUSD brings large, credible flows onto the XRP ledger, and those flows structurally benefit XRP. So basically, RLUSD doesn't replace XRP, it amplifies it, folks. This is interesting.
The launch of Ripple stablecoin benefits the broader XRP ledger ecosystem, driving more use cases and opportunities for developers. While XRP is the native currency on the ledger, it was built to support any type of asset, crypto or fiat, issued to trade.
Folks, in my opinion as well, XRP will have its use cases as well as these utility coins like HBAR, Quant. They are, in my opinion, one of the saviors of this industry by providing real-world value. Senator Cynthia Lummis says Americans are ready to upgrade U.S. reserves from gold to Bitcoin. At this point, people are reverting back to gold, but hopefully, the time will come when Bitcoin will outpace gold soon, folks. Meanwhile, we've discussed Brian Armstrong on Bloomberg at Davos. Brian Armstrong explained why Coinbase pulled support for the Senate market structure bill. We have discussed this in the prior videos as well. Brian Armstrong basically wants a bill that is much closer to crypto's features as well, and not just tilting towards banks, folks. CZ says that Bitcoin reaching $200,000 is the most obvious thing in the world, folks. So this happens every single cycle. Gold pumps, fear peaks, money hides, gold stalls, volatility dies, and then capital rotates to risk when it is time, folks. Meanwhile, folks, look at this. Tokenization is huge for finance as well. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says tokenization of financial assets and AI are the mega trends that will reshape financial services. Trillions will flow into RWAs soon. Robert Kiyosaki in 2030, the probability is Bitcoin will be $1 million a coin, folks. So some optimistic post to end this rather pessimistic and rather gloomy video and time. So hopefully, good times comes soon for crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, HBAR, and others. Folks, so what do you guys think about what is happening in the market? I would really like your opinions. And folks, for daily crypto related videos, do subscribe the channel and hit the notification icon. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.